guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. The amount of news that's come out over the past 24 hours has been ridiculous, but of course, I will try my best to cover everything. Firstly, Man City take a lead in the race to sign Erling Haaland. The question now is for Barcelona, do they make an economic effort and start pushing more and more, or do they start to back off and look somewhere else? Now, there isn't really a plan B for Erling Haaland, but Barcelona do want to sign a forward no matter what. They're looking at a lot of names, and I mean a lot. Lukaku, Werner, Schick, Lewandowski, Salah, even bloody Messi. We'll talk about all those options and see which one's realistic or not. And also, the club want to prioritize reinforcing the defense as well. Christensen is a done deal. Azpilicueta is close, and Barcelona have offered a contract to Mazraoui. And of course, we're going to talk about some players who will be sold this summer and players coming in. Renewal updates on Roberto, Araujo, and Gavi. And lastly, Barcelona, of course, are negotiating with the sale of Barca Studio, with CBC, and with Spotify as well. We have an update on all those deals. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes on this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. The first player we're going to discuss is of course going to be Erling Haaland. We have some big news about him over the past 24 hours. Now, firstly, in the UK, from the Daily Mail, there's a reporter there called Jack Gahan. He is very, very close to Man City. He's a tier 1 source for them. And he came out saying that Man City have a deal in place to sign Erling Haaland. The Norwegian player is expected to choose Man City very, very soon. So now we're hearing the top Man City sources saying that Erling Haaland is going to be joining Man City this summer. But Yang Agafiortov, who is very, very close to Erling Haaland and his family, came out saying that Erling Haaland did not choose Man City. This is not true. And also Ben Aid from BN Sports came out saying that Erling Haaland has not yet decided his future. Joan Laporta wants to do the impossible and sign him. Barcelona will be very complicated, but internally the message is clear that they will definitely try. So Erling Haaland to Man City is not a done deal. Okay, they may have, maybe they're, leading the race. That could be the case, but it's not a done deal. Now, Daily Mail is one of the worst outlets out there, I think, in my opinion, but apparently that specific journalist, Jack, is very, very close to Man City. He's like a top tier source for them as well, and he's saying it's a done deal, but he also said that Ronaldo was a done deal last summer to go to Man City as well. So take it as you will, but I don't think it's a done deal. I think Erling Haaland's race is still open, and of course, Barcelona are hanging in the race as well. Firstly, Le Sport 2 came out saying that Erling Haaland would look favorable to join Barcelona, but he wants to sign a short-term contract. He intends to review the financial conditions while Barcelona's economic situation improves further. So apparently we're hearing this a lot now, more and more over the past few weeks, that Erling Haaland wants to sign a short-term contract. If he joins Barcelona, he wants to sign a 3-year deal, not like a 5 or a 6 like other top deals would happen if we spend that kind of money on him. And also the meeting between Xavi and Erling Haaland has been confirmed now by Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo. He came out saying that Xavi did indeed meet with Erling Haaland in Munich to explain the Barcelona sporting project to the Norwegian forward. The club is awaiting now for his final decision. Luis from Marca came out saying that Barcelona have used Xavi to strengthen their position in the Erling Haaland operation. The coach has informed him that the Barcelona project will revolve around him, and Barcelona are close to closing, 2 major things to, make that signing possible: CVC deal and the sales also of Barcelona Studio. Now, Joan Laporta was speaking to the media yesterday after the Barcelona Feminine team won their league title. Congrats to them. They beat Real Madrid 5-0 to seal the deal. They went undefeated, scored 130 goals. It's ridiculous. So Joan Laporta came out in the media, talking about the women's team, and it's also asked about Erling Haaland. He came out saying that even if we had the best financial situation in the world, we wouldn't do some deals for the sake of the club. We won't complete any deal that puts the club at further risk. So he's hinting at 2 things there. Number 1, his injury record, and number 2, the length of contract. If we spend every single dime we can on Erling Haaland, he comes, but he only signs a 3-year deal, he could walk away in 2 years for 20 million euros. That's why the club don't want to risk it, especially with the Raiola client we've seen in the past, with Paul Pogba, with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Raiola likes to run down his players' contract, leave for free. Donnarumma last summer as well. Look at Franck, Kessie now, Mazraoui. Raiola likes doing this because, of course, when you run the player's contract down, you can leave for free and get the most money, sign player bonuses, all that sort of stuff. So Laporta does not want to risk that. They're asking for a 3-year contract plus a 1 or 2 year option, and that is just too short for Barcelona. If we spend all that money on him, pay him $500K a week, the commission, the release clause, it's not going to benefit the club whatsoever. So we'll have to wait and see with Erling Haaland. We are hearing right now that he will make his decision around April time. I think right now probably goes Man City, maybe Barcelona, then Real Madrid. I think Barcelona just ahead of Real Madrid because they're going for Kylian Mbappe. Apparently that deal will be done next week. We'll have to wait and see. So It's all about complication, about the length of contract, and of course his injury record as well. He's been injured a lot this season. Will Barcelona take that big risk, sign a big name player for big money, and then he comes and leads in 2 years? You know, that's the thing that Joan Laporta is trying to consider. So we'll wait and see what happens. But again, the Erling Haaland race is still open, but Man City are leading the race for sure. Now, the big question that's going around the Barcelona fan base right now is, if we don't sign Erling Haaland, what do we do with that money? Now, no doubt the club are still looking for a forward. Now, the amount of forwards that we've been linked to over the past 24 hours has been ridiculous. I'm going to go through a quick fire, list them all to you, give you my opinion, and then you guys leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. Firstly, from Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo, he came out saying that although Erling Haaland is the priority, Barcelona have other names on the table in case they fail to sign the Norwegian. Those names are Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner, Patrick Schick, and also Rafael Leao. Firstly, on Lukaku, I think Lukaku kind of fits the profile well, but the problem is he has a touch of a trampoline. He's going to cost a lot of money. He's going to ask for a lot of weekly wages. But I think in terms of his profile, it's not that bad. Let's say, of course, Chelsea now having big problems with their ownership. If they would sell for 20 million euros, I would, take that under consideration. Maybe it could be a plan C or a plan D, maybe not a plan B, but I wouldn't mind that. Timo Werner, basically a bad man 2.0. No, thank you. Patrick Schick. Now, I think Patrick Schick is average. A lot of you guys were hitting me on me in the comments in the last video saying that he's actually really good. I think he's average. Would I take him over Lukaku? Probably, because he's younger and probably cheaper, but again, could be that plan C or plan D option in my opinion. Next up, Rafael Leao, who's of course more of a winger. Alfredo Martinez from Noussair came out saying that Barcelona are closely monitoring the situation of AC Milan's Rafael Leao. His agent is Jorge Mendes, who has a very good relationship with Barcelona. Now, Leao, I believe, has 1 year left on his contract. Again, it's a risk signing. We already have a bunch of wingers right now. Do you want to risk it on him? I'm not quite too sure. I mean, if he comes for free, why not? If we're going to pay something this summer, maybe I'd look somewhere else. But I'd probably take him over Timo Werner for sure. But we'll wait and see what happens. Again, all depends on his current contract situation with AC Milan. Next up, Robert Lewandowski. Sport have come out saying that although Erling Haaland is the absolute priority for Barcelona, they have not yet lost track of Robert Lewandowski. His contract is currently ending in June 2023 and has not started any negotiations talk with Bayern Munich as of yet. The man that has destroyed us over the past few years. Would I take him at Barcelona? I mean, for a year, maybe, but we gotta look for the future now. I'm tired of bringing in these veterans, these players, past their prime, can still do a job, and then keep them for 1 or 2 years, then move them on. I want to get something for the long term, for the future, but I mean, for a season, I wouldn't mind it. Depends on his wages, of course, but this deal will not happen. Absolutely no chance. Next up is Raphinha from Leeds. Roberto came out saying that Barcelona are among many clubs interested in Raphinha of Leeds United. Now, apparently, if Leeds get relegated, he'll have a release clause of around 10 million euros. He's basically, an Anthony from Ajax, of course, 2.0. He's, same style, same nationality, of course, but he will be significantly cheaper. As an Ousmane Dembele replacement, someone leaving for free, bring someone in on 10, 20 million euros. I personally wouldn't mind it. I think Raphinha is a very, very decent option, but of course, not really the striker that we're looking for, but on the wings, wouldn't be a decent option in my opinion. Next up, João Felix. Now, this, like I've said before, I'll say it again. No more center forwards, no more second strikers, no more cans. We've seen Depay not doing too well. Griezmann flopped, Coutinho flopped. Been there, done that. I don't want any more center forwards. But Goal come out saying that Atletico Madrid are aware of Barcelona's interest in João Felix. Jorge Mendes continues to press for his transfer. Atletico have no intention of selling him now, but things could change if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. Now, the reason why we always get linked with João Felix is apparently Joan Laporta is a big fan of him. Same with, Dani Olmo, same with Brian Hill. Xavi doesn't really mind them. Of course, he's not like their priority, but it's a player that the president likes. So keep your eyes on João Felix in the future, but I think for right now, and probably for the future as well, I would not take him at Barcelona. No more center forwards, no more cams. I'm done with that. Same with Pablo Dybala, same thing. I would not take them. Next up, Mo Salah. Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that if Mohamed Salah refuses to renew his contract with Liverpool, he will be put on the market by the English club. And if he's on the market, he would be part of Barcelona's list as alternatives to Erling Haaland. Would I take Mohamed Salah at Barcelona? Yes, but he's at, his favorite club. He wants to stay at Liverpool, and he's asking for 400k a week. If he's coming to Barcelona, he's going to ask for the same, if not more. I would not pay 400k away from Mo Salah. We already got the wings that we need. We can bring in, I'd rather bring in Raphinha. I'll be completely honest. I think Mohamed Salah is a great player, but I think he's a Premier League player. We've seen those kind of, Premier League players go outside the Premier League and not do too well. I think Mohamed Salah would be in that same case. Would he flop at Barcelona? Probably not, but I think in the overall grand scheme of things, I think he would. But This was a difficult one. What would Liverpool ask for this summer if he has 1 year left on his contract? 40 million, 50 million, something like that. And then plus he wants around 400K a week. Plus his agent wants a bonus as well. I think this deal would be as expensive as Erling Haaland. But for me, in my opinion, I would not go for this unless he's, maybe for free next summer. But, we'll have to wait and see. And last but not the least, this one is really close to home, of course. It's Leo Messi. Now, we are hearing reports that Leo Messi's environment rules out he could leave in the summer of 2022. But in the summer of 2023, Messi could return to Barcelona for one more season before going to the USA. Now, apparently what Messi wants to do is go to the USA, into Miami, reunite there with Suarez and Busquets for maybe a season or two, and then retire there. Now, Juan Martin from Sport came out saying that Leo Messi does not yet know what he'll do in 2023, but going to the MLS and even a third year at PSG are more likely options than returning to Barcelona at the moment. Now, we're also hearing, of course, Messi got booed yesterday during his game at PSG. Very, very disgusting in my opinion. We could maybe see Messi push for a move this summer. He's not really doing well at PSG. He's not happy in PSG either. PSG apparently going to sack Leonardo. Their president El Khalifi. Pochettino's going to get sacked. There's going to be a lot of changes at PSG this summer. Could Messi leave? Could he come back? I mean, I would take him back, obviously. I think if the option is there, you have to go for it. I think Joan Laporta knows that as well. But PSG going to ask for some money. What are they going to ask for? Like, if he has 1 year left on his contract, 80 million? 75 million. I mean, if you're gonna pay that for Erling Haaland, would you pay that back for Leo Messi? I don't know. I think if he's for free, when he's for free in 2023, I think coming back for one more season at Barcelona would be absolutely magical, and I would absolutely love that. But I honestly, if I want to make a bet right now or a prediction, I don't think he would return to Barcelona. But hey, you never know. In football, anything can happen. Now, along with the striker, another priority for Barcelona this summer is to reinforce the defense, and firstly, in the left-back position. Their main candidate, of course, is Jose Gaya, but their plan B is Alex Grimaldo. Reports coming in from Portugal have come out saying that Alejandro Grimaldo's contract expires in June 2023, and the pressure from foreign clubs, especially Barcelona, is increasing. Benfica needs to cut the wage bill this summer. His signing could be closed for around 10 to 15 million euros. So Grimaldo will be available for cheap this summer, as Benfica want to get rid of his wages this summer and then reinvest it somewhere else, and he will be available for cheap. Now, Mateo Morito from Sky Sports has come out saying that Barcelona are very attentive to Alejandro Grimaldo's situation at Benfica, and also Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona have Alejandro Grimaldo in good regards to his past at the club, and his contract ends in June 2023. Guy and Tagliafico are all of the candidates to join the club this summer as well, and apparently, according to Tutu Sport, Juventus are also interested in Grimaldo. Now, for me, like I said, it would go Gaya, Grimaldo, and then Tagliafico as that, reinforcement in the left-back position. I think Grimaldo would be a good option. Of course, Gaya is the best option, but they're all going to be available for around the same price, around 10 to 15 million euros. Of course, Tagliafico would be way cheaper, I think at like 5 million euros. And of course, Grimaldo around 10 to 15, and then Gaya around 15 to 20. So we'll wait and see what the club decides. But again, the club's very attentive to the situation of Grimaldo at Benfica. Now, full back that Barcelona have been heavily, and I mean heavily, linked to, and also in pole position to sign is Noussair Mazraoui from Ajax. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona's official offer for Noussair Mazraoui is 5 million euros per season, which is around about 90K per week. The offer is now on the table, and they're waiting for the final answer. Bayern Munich have also approached Mazraoui, but are yet to decide whether to make a bid or not. Now, for Mazraoui, again, you have to watch out for the Erling Haaland deal. If we don't get Erling Haaland, I don't think Barcelona will push this deal as much. Again, they are doing this to give them the advantage to sign Erling Haaland as a favor for Mino Raiola. Of course, we already have Dani Alves and Dest in that position. Adding a third right back makes no sense. And we're also hearing that if we do sign Mazraoui and Erling Haaland, we will push Dest to the left back position and then not sign a left back this summer, which I completely disagree with, but we'll have to wait and see. We have an offer on the table for him, 90K per week plus bonuses and all that sort of stuff. But the base salary will be around 90,000 euros per week. It's now up to Mazraoui, his family, and his team to decide whether or not to accept Barcelona's contract offer or not. Moving now into the center back position, we have been linked with two center backs, more specifically in the Premier League, from Chelsea. I have here in the caption that Barcelona want to form Chelsea FC. The amount of Chelsea players that we've been linked with over the past 24 hours has been ridiculous. Of course, we already talked about Lukaku and Werner, and there is more. Firstly, of course, is Azpilicueta coming in from Romano. He's come out saying that Barcelona are confident in signing Azpilicueta this summer. He is expected to leave as a free agent, and Azpilicueta has not played enough matches so far for Chelsea to unilaterally extend his contract for another season. Roberto came out back in that statement as well, saying Azpilicueta has an agreement with Barcelona ready, but it is likely to be executed around the end of the season. So Azpilicueta with Barcelona is a done deal. All he has to do now is leave Chelsea for free. And again, Chelsea have an option to extend his contract without his say-so. Unilaterally means if he says yes, if he says no, it doesn't matter. Chelsea can execute it. Now, with the situation that's happening right now, no owner, no money, they could force that. But again, Azpilicueta has been a great servant, and apparently now Azpilicueta is going to push for that move again. We'll wait and see. But if Azpilicueta does leave Chelsea, 100%, he's going to be joining Barcelona. But the Chelsea player who's already signed for Barcelona is, of course, Andreas Christensen. Roberto has come out saying that Andreas Christensen to Barcelona is a done deal. Now, I haven't made my, here we go Christensen to Barcelona video quite yet because I am waiting for Romano and also Mateo Morito, who are still saying the deal is on the verge of completion, but not 100% done. It's 99% done, so I'll wait for that. But of course, Roberto, if he says it's done, it pretty much means that it's done. And also, Fernando Porto from Deportivo came out saying that both Andreas Christensen and Franck Kessie will almost certainly play for Barcelona next season. Now, of course, Fernando Porto is very, very, very close to the club, and he's saying Kessie and Christensen will be coming to the club this summer. Now, I think these two are great signings, of course, on free deals. For Christensen, we are hearing he's going to be around about on 120K a week, plus his contract will be around 4 years, plus a 1-year option, something like that. All the numbers are all over the place, so we have to wait for that official deal to happen from Romano. He'll give the exact numbers. But on Kessie, of course, he's going to come in most likely as a Cesar Roberto replacement. Again, great deal in my opinion, come in on low wages and come in as a free agent as well. Now, lastly, like I said, we've been linked with a lot of Chelsea players, and there's also more. Fernando Porto again came out saying that apart from Azpilicueta and Christensen, Barcelona are also keeping a close eye on Marcos Alonso and Hakim Ziyech. And right now, the future of most Chelsea players is uncertain. I would not take either of these two players at Barcelona, but if they are coming in for free, if they're going to cancel their contract with Chelsea, I would take them. Why not? Free deal, can't go wrong. If he flops, we sell him on for more money. Bada bing, bada boom, it all works out. So we'll wait and see. But again, around Chelsea right now, there's a lot of uncertainty. What we do know for sure is that Christensen to Barcelona is a done deal, and Azpilicueta to Barcelona is very, very, very close. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. And firstly is Felipe Coutinho. Coming in from the Telegraph, they come out saying that Steven Gerrard wants to sign Felipe Coutinho permanently in Aston Villa, will not have any problems paying the option to buy of 40 million euros, but the possible move depends on Coutinho's reducing his salary, and his salary at Barcelona right now is around 30 million euros per season. No doubt Coutinho will reduce his wages if he stays at Aston Villa. The question is right now from Barcelona's standpoint, how much money are we going to get for him? And also the same journalist came out on a podcast saying the wages of Felipe Coutinho, I understand to believe, is all sorted, and if they will get him, they know what they're going to pay him. So apparently Coutinho has already told Aston Villa, look, if we sign in a permanent deal, I want this amount of money, and Aston Villa has agreed to that. So apparently the money is not a problem now for Aston Villa and Coutinho. The question again is how much will Barcelona get for him? Steven Gerrard came out in a press conference a few days ago. He was asked about Coutinho's transfer fee. He said it's more complicated than people think. The option is there, and if it's my money, I think you know the answer. So Steven Gerrard is pushing, and I mean pushing, to sign Coutinho on a permanent transfer. And lastly, Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona are beginning to see the possibility of making 40 million euros from Felipe Coutinho's sale. Steven Gerrard wants to keep him at all costs, and Aston Villa are willing to sign him permanently, but Coutinho will have to accept a wage cut. Now, we're also hearing right now that Tottenham, Everton, who are probably on the verge of getting relegated, and also Arsenal are interested in Felipe Coutinho. Boys, Coutinho's going in the summer. Ooh, 40 million euros. Ooh. If we get anything above 30, honestly, I would take it. I think anything under 30 would be a bit disappointing, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. But in the 40 million range, it's gonna be magical. So again, most likely that Felipe Coutinho will leave Barcelona on a permanent basis this summer. The question now is, how much money will Barcelona get? From one Barcelona Brazilian to another, it is now Neto, the goalkeeper. Xavi Campos from Cat Radio came out saying that if Barcelona are not able to sell Neto in the summer, the club plans to give him the letter of freedom and pay him part of his remaining contract until 2023. So pretty much 100% Neto will leave the club in the summer. The club will push for it, and also the player wants that to happen as well. The big question is, who will be his replacement? Sport have come out saying that there's an internal debate at Barcelona on whether to bet on Iñaki Peña or sign a new goalkeeper to replace Neto. They have very good reports on Luis Maximiano from Granada, and if Iñaki Peña plays like he does against Galatasaray, he will have a great chance at staying at Barcelona. I'm going to keep it simple for you guys. It will be Iñaki Peña next summer. There is no way the club will spend money on a backup goalkeeper. You know, Maximiano will cost around 10 to 15 million euros. That can get you a left back, that can get you a midfielder, that can get you a center back. I think the club will bet on Iñaki Peña. He's doing very well at Galatasaray. We saw him at the Camp Nou a few days ago, and of course, we will see him this Thursday again. He is playing very well. If he comes in, of course, he'll cost Barcelona a big fat €0 to come in, and for me and for the club, that will most likely be the viable option. Now, the next player who is very likely to leave Barcelona alongside Neto this summer is the midfielder Riqui Puig. Candacir have come out saying that Riqui Puig is clear that with his current role, he cannot continue at Barcelona, and at the club, they support him to leave on loan. He thought that with Xavi, his situation would change, but this has not been the case. So Riqui Puig on loan this summer. He will leave the club, no doubt about that. But again, the question is about his contract situation. His contract expires next summer in June 2023. So if he goes out on loan, he'll come back to Barcelona as a free agent. So most likely he'll send his contract for one more season, go out on loan, and see how he does. But again, Riqui Puig will most likely leave the club this summer to leave out on loan to get some playing time. We can also expect this summer that there will be a lot of shake-ups in the full-back position. Some will leave and some will go. Firstly is Alejandro Balde coming in from Gabriel Sanz Mundo Deportivo. He's come out saying that Alejandro Balde barely played under Koeman, nor has he done so under Xavi. Ramon Planes saw him as a left-back for the future, but recent injuries have stagnated his progression, and Xavi will decide his future at the end of the season. So again, Alejandro Balde is either a low move or he stays with Barcelona B for another season. We'll have to wait and see on that. On Serginho Dest though, Gabriel Sanz Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Xavi was not convinced by Serginho Dest, but after he improved his technique and performed well recently, the coach, of course Xavi, has now changed his mind. If Barcelona do not sign a left back, Dest's versatility would see him be the candidate to replace Jordi Alba. Here we go again. Like, my God, we the last left back we signed was, I think, Firpo and Digne. We have not signed a proper left back. All we keep doing is makeshifting. You know, oh, let's put Roberto left back. Let's do this. Let's do that. Des, he can play left back, no doubt about that. But he is a right back. I'd rather have him at right back and then sign a left back. But we'll wait and see. I understand that we're tight for money, but again, I believe that Mazraoui signing, if we do end up signing him, will have big implications on this as well. We could see Dani Alves and Mazraoui at right back, and then Des and Jordi Alba at left back, and that way you can save money on a left back. So we'll wait and see. But one player who will not be playing full back anymore at Barcelona is, of course, Oscar Mingueza. Gabriel Sanz Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona only see Oscar Mingueza as a center back option, no longer a full back option. So he won't play full back anymore. Again, if we get a big injury crisis, he will go back and play there. But for now, he'll be considered as a center back. He'll be sold on loan as a center back as well. Keep that in mind when his situation comes up in the summer. Which team will be best for him to play as a center back, not as a full back. But of course, one full back who will stay at Barcelona past this summer is going to be Jordi Alba. Gabriel Sanz Mundo Deportivo came out saying despite the criticism, Jordi Alba is an indisputed player for next season. And even more so now that he's offering his best version. No one in Barcelona doubts that he will continue, regardless of whether or not he's a starter or a substitute. So again, Jordi Alba will be staying this summer. He will not be sold, whether he's going to be a starter or a backup option. He will be at Barcelona next season. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, on the contract renewal or not contract renewal of Sergi Roberto. Gabriel Sanz Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona have no intentions of renewing Roberto's contract despite Xavi's support. The 2-year offer is very low, innovation to leave, and the players already assume that he is not going to be continuing at Barcelona next season. No way is Roberto about to leave, man. I thought he would retire here just because of the fact, you know, he's a La Masia, Catalonia, blah, 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 but man, it looks like he's going to leave. I mean, of course, Franck Kessie will be his replacement if Franck Kessie does come in. If he won't come in, then we'll find someone else. Maybe Riqui Puig could get a chance, who knows, but Roberto is probably, I would say now, 90% going to be leaving Barcelona. And I've been saying, you know, over the past few months, he hasn't been linked to any clubs. We heard about the MLS and LA Galaxy like once, and that's it. But now rumors are picking up. Goal Up come out saying that Atletico Madrid are attending to Roberto's situation as a market opportunity, and he still hasn't renewed his contract with Barcelona. However, he's not a priority for Atletico. If we let another player go to Atletico, man, my freaking god, like we've had Suarez, Griezmann, David Villa. I mean, looks like Roberto could be next, but again, he's now started to be linked with other clubs. We've heard, a little bit about Inter Milan, AC Milan. We heard the MLS. We're hearing clubs in La Liga as well, like Valencia, Villarreal, and now we're hearing a big club like Atletico Madrid. So again, Roberto, very, very, very close to leaving Barcelona this summer as a free agent. And the final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of both Ronald Araujo and Pablo Gavi as well. Let's start off with Araujo first. Roberto came out saying that Ronald Araujo is calm, involved, and right now he is focused on competing day by day. His dream is to still stay at Barcelona with good conditions for both parties and being valued. So again, Araujo wants to stay at Barcelona and the club want to keep him. Right now, contract renewal talks have not broken down. Now, I said to you guys over the past few days that apparently Araujo rejected a contract offer from Barcelona, but that's not the case. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Ronald Araujo did not turn down any offer from Barcelona. He is still in discussions. His renewal is a priority for Barcelona, but many English clubs like Manchester United are exploring the option, yada, yada, yada. So basically every top club in the Premier League want Araujo if he does not renew his contract with Barcelona, but again, he's a priority for the club, and right now we are hearing that he's not rejected any contract from Barcelona quite yet, despite of course reports in Spain. Now let's talk about both these two players, Gavi and Araujo. Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo, again very close to the club, came out with an extensive report. He came out saying the contract renewals of Gavi and Araujo are both stalled. Barcelona admits that the agreement is not close. The positive part is that despite the distance between the club and the players' agents, both prioritize staying at Barcelona. So apparently both renewals have been put on hold, but again, both players want to stay at Barcelona, and Barcelona want to keep these two players. Among other reasons, Barcelona stated that in recent weeks the contacts have slowed down so as not to divert the focus of the players in important games that they're playing every week. Of course, this week we have Galatasaray and Real Madrid. So apparently the club don't want to distract these two players. They want them to go out there and perform at the highest level, and then hopefully now during the international break next week, we can sit down and get some progression going. And Barcelona admit they have fewer problems with Gavi than they do with Araujo. They believe that the strong commitment they made for him when he was just 17 years old means he does not consider anything else but renewing. So Barcelona hope that Gavi will renew because we trusted him a lot when he's a youngster, and his renewal will be much easier than Araujo. But Araujo, there is complications to his renewal because of course he wants to get paid. Lastly, Gavi and Araujo want to stay, but they also want to be recognized and with a good salary. They are not asking for big amounts. The possible arrivals of Kessie and Christensen has also had its influence. They haven't done anything for Barcelona yet. So, let's say, for example, you're Araujo and Gavi, right? You're sitting at home chilling, playing every single game for Barcelona, scoring goals, playing well, and all that sort of stuff. Christensen's coming in on a free deal for 120K a week, reportedly. Kessie coming in for 100K a week, reportedly. So Gavi and Araujo want the same as them, if not more, because of course they're playing right now. They're in the same positions, and apparently Barcelona don't want to pay that. We'll wait and see. Right now, they're both still going. There's no, it's stalled, they're going to leave, nothing like that. We're still in talks, still in progression, but the talks have slowed down because we have important games over the past few weeks. But I'm starting to have a feeling now that Barcelona are not going to renew these two players. I think Gavi in the end will renew. My big question now is around Araujo. Of course, he didn't play well against Galatasaray last week, had some bad passing, and that's why Barcelona think, we can't pay this much money because you're not that good. You still have some flaws to your games, but Araujo was saying, look, you have Christian coming in on 120K a week. I want that same thing, if not a bit more, because I've already been here and I'm playing well as well. We'll wait and see. All we know right now is that Barcelona still don't have that much money and they have to play around what they have, so we'll have to wait and see. But again, the contract renewal of both Araujo and Gavi are an absolute priority for Barcelona, and the two players' priority is to stay at the club. But right now, the talks over the contract renewals are not going as fast as they should be. Let's now discuss some of the news starting Barcelona over the past 24 hours. The main topic I want to discuss are the three big updates in negotiations with Joan Laporta, of course, with the CVC deal, with the sale of Barca Studio, and also the agreement with Spotify as well. It's all coming in from eSport 3. They come out saying that Barcelona are working in various ways to increase the revenue and are about to close the three economic agreements that could mean around 875 million euros for Barcelona. This includes the CVC deal, sale of Barcelona Studios, and also the agreement with Spotify. Barcelona are reformulating the agreement with CVC. The income will be counted as income and not as debt. Barcelona has added two more conditions. They will not be prevented from joining the Super League, and also they will sell the TV rights for far less than 50 years, apparently around 25 years. With this agreement with CVC, Barcelona expects to receive around 300 million euros for transfers of 10% of course, the actual rights, far less than 50 million euros, yada yada yada. This will also increase the wage cap by 75 million euros. And if Barcelona do not reach an agreement with CVC, they are also in negotiations with another investment fund that would also guarantee amounts similar or even greater than those of CVC. So for CVC, we want to sit down with them. We want to sign the CVC deal, but we have two conditions. Number one, we cannot leave the Super League. And number two, the income comes in as capital and not as debt. And also TV rights for Barcelona, 10% for 25 years and not for 50 years. And apparently CVC are working on it. They want to agree to that as well. But CVC also want Barcelona to drop the lawsuit they currently have against them, which Barcelona have no problem with. But again, they won't drop that lawsuit until they sign and seal the CVC deal. So again, in negotiations, it's going well right now, and it could be great money coming in from Barcelona. But lastly, they will not sign this deal unless it is beneficial for Barcelona. Unless these conditions are met right here on the screen, they will not sign the deal. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Barcelona also has two offers to sell some stakes for Barca Studio. One of them is 350 million euro offer for the sale of 49% stakes, but Barcelona would maintain still majority of stakes with 51% and also have the repurchase option in the future as well. The agreement with Spotify will bring Barcelona a total of around 200 to 300 million euros and is expected to be announced around the end of March, and of course it will be approved in the assembly in April. Spotify will pay around 60 million euros per season for being the main kit sponsor, 5 million euros for the back of the training kit, and also some money for the title rights of the Camp Nou as well. This money would help Barcelona with the budget, increase the capacity of course of the wage bill, and bring in money for Erling Haaland. So studios will be sold, 49% of it, and then we also have a repurchase option in the future once we have some money back. We don't want to sell it permanently, just sell it for now, get some quick money in, then buy it back in the future. Now for Spotify, the reason why this deal was delayed because apparently Spotify, they want the whole package. They want their name on the front of of course, the main shirts, on the front of the training kits, the back of the training kits, and they also want the name of the Camp Nou as well. Apparently they want Spotify Camp Nou, not Camp Nou Spotify. They want Spotify to be the first name on the list, and also they want to pay a bit less. I mean, we had an agreement apparently for 70 million euros per year for just the kit and also the name of the Camp Nou, but now they want the whole shebang. They want everything with a little bit less money, and Barcelona now are willing to agree with it because of course they already started printing stuff with Nike. They've already done a lot of the progressing, so they can't really back out of this deal. So again, it will be the front of the main shirt for Barcelona, the home kit. It will be on the back of the training kit, on the front of the training kit, and also Camp Nou Spotify. So we'll wait and see how that goes, but again, that deal still has to be approved in the General Assembly in April. So what Barcelona want to do is to announce the agreement with Spotify by the end of March. That way in April, when they have the General Assembly, they can ask the members to vote yes or no on this deal. So again, all deals right now are going well. They're all work in progress, but none of them are a done deal, but they all hopefully should be done by the end of March, beginning of April time. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys an injury update on Ansu Fati coming in from having Miguel from AES. He's come out saying that Ansu Fati's recovery is going well. However, the club will not risk him and no deadlines will be cut. He's expected to return around the end of April. So he'll come back for the Europa League final if we're there, and also the last few games of La Liga. Pretty much his season is done. He'll come back off the bench, maybe start one game, and then the season will be over. So again, don't expect Ansu Fati to come back this season, but again, the most important thing is that he recovers 110% and he's ready for next season. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know, of course, is firstly, do you believe that Erling Haaland will join Barcelona or not this summer? And secondly, if we don't get Erling Haaland, what would you do with the money? Invest in another big striker, bring in a striker, maybe a center mid and a center back, or reinvest all that money into the defense? And also on the defense, would you sign Mazraoui? What do you thoughts about Azpilicueta and Christensen joining Barcelona as well? And finally, for the Spotify, CVC, and Barcelona Studio, negotiations for those deals, do you think they will actually happen by the end of March or not? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.